Hello there. Welcome back to Appa's Kitchen. Sawadee. Today I'm making Thai food. That's why I was like, okay, sorry. Um, so Thai food is one of my favorites outside of Italian. It's the problem that I have with Thai food is just the ingredients. If I had access to the ingredients and could buy them in small quantities, I would be making Thai food a lot more than I do. Um, but you kind of have to buy a package. So today I had to buy a package of Thai basil, and I'm going to end up wasting half of it unless I'm like making Thai food every day. Some of it can be a little bit difficult, making curry paste and things like that. But this one is pretty easy. So this is just Thai basil stir fry. So I'm using chicken today. So it's pretty easy and delicious. Something that you can make. The ingredients are pretty easy to get a hold of. All right, so I'm going to take you to the counter. I'll show you what we have and then we'll get started. All right, so ingredients. I have about a pound of chicken. I have 3 Thai chili peppers and 1, I think this is a serrano pepper. I de-seeded it, so I don't really want any spice. I think these are pretty mild. I just want the pepper flavor. And then a bunch of garlic, like 6 or 7 cloves. Some sliced red pepper, bell pepper, a bunch of Thai basil. You can use any kind of basil. In Thailand, they use holy basil. If you just have access to the Italian basil, you can use that as well. And then I chopped up a couple scallions. For the sauce, I have about a spoonful of sugar in some water and fish sauce here. And then I'm also using oyster sauce. So, I had to do a little research before this. I looked at my Thai cookbooks and none of them had this recipe in it. It's a really common thing in Thailand. You see it all over, especially as street food. So I don't know why it wasn't in the cookbook. So I found a few recipes. Some of them used oyster sauce. Apparently the traditional recipe only uses fish sauce. But I like the oyster sauce. And also the addition of sugar. I know some people might say, why sugar? But sugar helps to kind of make a little bit of a glaze. So it's not so much for the flavor, the sweetness, but for actually what it does to the dish when it's cooking. I'm going to use my food processor today rather than chopping everything up. In the past, I've chopped the chicken really as finely as I could and used my mortar and pestle to make the paste, but I'm just going to use the food processor for everything today. So let's start first with our chilies, garlic, and yeah, this is a chili too. So chilies and garlic. I'm going to make a paste. So as finely as you can get it. That's about all we're going to get from that. And then, smells so good. Just the smell of the chili and the garlic. I also have some jasmine rice that's cooking. And I can smell this basil that's sitting on the counter. So it smells like Thailand in here. So I've never done it this way. If you don't have a food processor, just do whatever you have. Chop up your chilies and garlic as finely as you can, and then chop up the chicken with a knife. So I've never done it this way, but I thought, why not? Let's make it as easy as possible. So I cut the chicken into smaller pieces so that I'm just not throwing big chunks of chicken. These are chicken thighs. Like I said, it's about a pound. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn the heat on my pan so we can just go right into the frying pan. All right, so so I like chopping my own chicken. You might be asking, well, why not just buy ground chicken? Well, I don't really know what ground chicken is. I don't know what parts of the chicken it is. I don't know. So I prefer to use my own chicken. Let me just give it one more spin. Okay, so let's go over to the stove and throw this all together. Pan is heating up, and then I'm going to add some oil. I'm using sunflower oil. You don't want to use olive oil, of course, because it's not going to match the flavor that you want here. All right, so we want our oil to heat up a little bit. Let me just test it out here. Yeah, looks good. This is on a high heat right now, but I am going to lower it in a minute. I don't want it to burn. I do want to get a little bit of browning on my chicken before I finish this off. I'm just trying to spread it out in the pan. Okay, that looks good. I think I need another utensil here. Hang on a minute. For some reason, I'm only finding forks today. By the way, I got these forks in Thailand. I took some Thai cooking classes when I was in Bangkok. It was a really fun thing to do. So if you're in Bangkok and you're looking for something fun to do, something different, study Thai cooking. Of course, it's really easy because they have all the ingredients, and usually the ingredients are measured out and prepped for you. So if I had a prep chef who did my shopping and prepared the ingredients for me, I would be making Thai food all the time. All right, looks good. It smells delicious, and there's nothing in here yet. I got organic chicken for this, so just to be a little bit on the healthier side, but it smells really good. All right, let me turn this down just a bit. Looks like it's frying nicely. There's some of it is sticking to the pan. It's releasing some liquid. We're going to get all that stuff on the bottom of the pan will come up in a minute. So at this point it's kind of steaming. So I'm just going to let it cook for a few more minutes to get a little bit of browning on it. I don't know if this is the way Thais do it. Obviously, it would be done in a wok, probably on a really high flame. So if you're Thai and you're watching this, I apologize. Let me just say I love your food. I love your culture. I love everything about Thailand and Thai people. So I'm doing this out of respect. And I know that sometimes when I see people making Italian food, I just really cringe. But I don't know that they're doing it with the same level of respect. Not to judge, but I think sometimes they're just being silly. All right, so I can hear it now. It's starting to pop a little bit. So that means that the liquid now has started to absorb. And, oh, I even forgot about this. All right, so I'm going to go in with my chili and garlic. Just want to distribute this. Turn the heat down. Next, my oyster sauce. I like oyster sauce. It is a little bit on the salty side. So if you're watching your sodium, be careful with that. And then my sugar, water, and fish sauce. Ah, it just smells so good. So it's starting to thicken up. You don't really want to have like a gravy, so let it cook a little bit until some of this liquid starts to evaporate. And it will start to coat the chicken, kind of form a little bit of a glaze on it because of the sugar. Three Thai chilies to a pound of chicken is going to be on the spicy side. The sugar does help to neutralize the spiciness a little bit. And you know, with Thai food, they really do try to have a balance of different flavors: sweet, salty, spicy, sour. You'll often find condiments on the table so that you can make your own adjustments if you want. And Thai food in Thailand is really spicy. I used to be able to handle it, but not so much anymore. All right, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit, and then I'll add my peppers. All right, there we go. So the liquid has pretty much cooked down. I have a lot of pepper here, so I'm using a whole pepper. I didn't want to just use a half of a pepper and then have to worry about what to do with the other half. And I'm going to see if I can get some of my scallions in there too, green onions. All right, that looks good. So the pepper adds color, texture, of course, flavor. Beautiful. It's looking so good. What do you think? It just smells incredible. All right, now I'm going to turn off the heat and add my basil. I'm using a lot of basil because, as I said, I had to buy a package of Thai basil. And then what am I going to do with the rest of it? So probably going to end up throwing it away. So now the heat is off. You don't really need to cook the basil. You're just trying to wilt it so that it really gets incorporated into the dish. So I want it to wilt a little bit more. I'm going to cover it, and then I'll get my plate ready and meet you at the table. All right, here we have it. Thai chicken basil stir fry. I also made some green beans. These green beans are, I forget the name. They're made with this Thai chili paste, which you can get on Amazon. It's not a spicy chili paste. It's like a fried chili paste, a little bit on the sweet side. So anyway, I have some green beans. I also have some brown jasmine rice. Because that's what I have. Delicious, healthy, full of flavor. It's not spicy at all. So I have a little bowl of some of the extra chilies in fish sauce and water here. I'm just not tasting the chili today. Hit me in the back of the throat. All right. So if you're looking for something a little bit different to make, this is really easy. Garlic, basil. You can use chicken, beef, some fish sauce. If you want, you can add oyster sauce. I like the oyster sauce. The oyster sauce gives it a kind of smoothness. Super delicious. Your friends will be very impressed. If you're eating alone, just enjoy it. All right, guys, that's it for now. Stay tuned for my exciting Italian adventure. I'm really excited about it. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't have anything planned. Just going to play it by ear. I've been looking at Google Maps, trying to scope out the markets, the supermarkets, the restaurants. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. 1 month in Puglia. So stay tuned for that. Appa's Kitchen on the road. Okay, I will see you next time. Maybe I'll be talking to you from Italy. Okay, bye.